Hold on to your hats, folks, because we're diving headfirst into the chaotic world of international trade and automotive policy. In a move that surprised absolutely no one, former President Donald Trump signed an executive order in 2025 with the goal of bringing auto manufacturing back to the United States. This wasn't about tweaking tariffs or renegotiating trade deals. This was a full-blown mandate. Every single car sold in America had to be built on American soil. The goal? To make America great again, naturally. Trump argued that this move would revitalize American manufacturing, create countless jobs, and reduce our dependence on those shifty foreigners. It was a bold move, no doubt, with the potential to reshape the entire automotive industry. But as with most things Trump touches, the reality is far more complicated. Let's break down the arguments, the fallout, and the potential consequences of this executive order, shall we? First, let's talk about the American car brands. Companies like Ford, General Motors, and Tesla have been the backbone of American automotive pride for decades. But in recent years, they've faced stiff competition from international giants like Toyota, Volkswagen, and Hyundai. By mandating that all cars sold in the US be manufactured domestically, Trump aimed to give these American brands a significant leg up. The idea was simple: bring back the jobs that had been outsourced to countries with cheaper labor. This would not only boost employment, but also ensure that the quality of American cars remained top-notch. After all, who better to build cars for Americans than Americans themselves? Economists were divided on the potential impact. Some believed that this move could lead to a renaissance in American manufacturing, with job growth and economic benefits rippling through the economy. Others, however, warned of potential pitfalls. Higher production costs could lead to more expensive cars, which might not sit well with consumers used to affordable options. And then there's the international angle. By focusing solely on domestic production, the US risked alienating its trade partners. Countries that had long been allies in the automotive sector might see this move as a protectionist policy, leading to potential trade wars and tariffs that could hurt other industries. For the average American consumer, the immediate concern was clear. How would this affect their wallets? Would the promise of American-made quality justify potentially higher prices? And would the variety of options shrink as foreign brands reconsidered their presence in the US market? Politically, the executive order was a hot potato. Supporters hailed it as a long-overdue move to protect American jobs and industries. Critics, however, saw it as a populist stunt that ignored the complexities of global trade. Public opinion was equally divided, with passionate arguments on both sides. In the end, Trump's big bet on domestic autos was more than just a policy change. It was a statement about what it means to be American in a globalized world. It challenged the nation to rethink its priorities, its values, and its place in the global economy. So, as we move forward, let's keep a close eye on how this bold move unfolds. The stakes are high, and the road ahead is uncertain. But one thing's for sure, the story of American automotive manufacturing is far from over. Supporters of the executive order, mostly concentrated in the Rust Belt, were filled with hope and anticipation. These regions, once the heart of American manufacturing, had seen their industries decline over the years. And those who wear "Make America Great Again" hats unironically were ecstatic. They believed this was a turning point, a chance to restore the glory days of American industry. They saw it as a long overdue correction to decades of outsourcing and a betrayal of the American worker. For years, jobs had been shipped overseas, leaving many communities in economic despair. The argument was simple. By forcing automakers to build cars in the United States, we'd see a surge in factory jobs. This move was seen as a way to bring back the middle-class jobs that had been lost. These wouldn't be your grandpa's factory jobs either. The new positions promised to be in state-of-the-art facilities, utilizing the latest technology and innovation. These would be high-tech, high-paying jobs that could revitalize struggling communities and boost the economy. The vision was one of bustling towns, filled with opportunity and growth. Sure, cars might cost a bit more, they argued, but that's the price of patriotism, right? The idea was that buying American-made products would not only support local jobs, but also ensure higher quality and safety standards. Plus, the economic benefits of all those new jobs would outweigh any increase in costs, With more people employed, there would be more spending in local economies, leading to a ripple effect of prosperity. It was a compelling narrative, one that resonated deeply with those who felt left behind by globalization. The promise of jobs and growth was a powerful message, especially for those who had seen their livelihoods disappear. But was it realistic? The complexities of the global economy and the challenges of modern manufacturing made it a difficult promise to fulfill. Let's just say the jury's still out on that one. The future of American manufacturing and the true impact of these policies remain to be seen. Now, let's hear from the other side of the aisle, the voices that are raising concerns about the potential fallout from this executive order. These are the folks who prefer their cars foreign and their coffee fair trade, who believe in a global marketplace and the benefits it brings. They argued that this executive order was nothing short of economic suicide, a move that could cripple the economy and hurt consumers in the long run. First, they pointed to the inevitable price hikes that would come as a result of this policy. Building cars in America is more expensive, thanks to higher labor costs and stricter environmental regulations. These factors drive up the cost of production significantly. Those costs, they argued, would be passed directly onto consumers, leading to higher prices at the dealership and beyond. Second, they warned of a dramatic reduction in choices available to the American consumer. Say goodbye to your sleek German sedans and your reliable Japanese compacts, they cautioned. With foreign automakers effectively shut out of the market, Americans would be stuck with a limited selection of domestically produced vehicles. This could mean fewer options for consumers who are used to a wide variety of choices. This, they argued, would stifle competition and innovation, leaving consumers with fewer options and potentially lower quality cars. Without the pressure from foreign competitors, domestic manufacturers might not feel the need to innovate or improve their products as aggressively. Critics also highlighted the broader economic implications, suggesting that such a policy could lead to job losses in industries reliant on international trade and a potential trade war with other nations. They warned that the ripple effects could extend beyond the automotive industry, affecting everything from consumer goods to everyday groceries, as increased costs and reduced competition take their toll. In town hall meetings and public forums, these concerns were voiced loudly and clearly, with many fearing that the executive order could do more harm than good. As the debate rages on, it remains to be seen how these policies will play out and what the true impact on the American consumer will be. So, how did those foreign automakers react to Trump's bombshell? Well, they weren't exactly thrilled. Many threatened to pull out of the United States market entirely, unwilling to upend their entire production processes to comply with the new regulations. However, others saw an opportunity. Some of the savvier companies, particularly those based in Japan and South Korea, announced plans to build new factories in the United States. This, of course, was exactly what Trump wanted. These new factories would create jobs and boost the economy. But critics argued that these companies were simply trying to protect their market share, and that these new factories would likely be highly automated, employing far fewer workers than traditional car plants.